Wading into the weeds of Ohio's new pot program.
Yeah, so tonight we're answering questions a lot of you still have, including when legal sales are actually going to start. But before we touch on that topic, we know many of you are just curious about managing your own maybe pot plants. So can you grow weed at home? WLWT News 5's investigative reporter Todd Dykes here now with the answer to that and so many other things. Hi there.
So many questions, Mike and Sheree, no question about it. It's all spelled out though in issue 2, which did take effect yesterday. That's the new state law that will eventually create an entirely new industry rooted in cannabis. When it comes to homegrown marijuana, issue 2 lets a single adult grow up to 6 plants. If 2 people who are 21 and older live in the same residence, they can grow up to 12 plants. Now, it's possible that elected leaders in Columbus will change the law and limit the number of homegrown plants to 6. But either way, Governor Mike DeWine believes adults will have ample access to pot.
The idea, I think what people were voting on, they wanted to be able to grow it themselves for their own consumption. They can clearly do that. In fact, they're going to have a lot more than they can consume themselves.
All right. So one of those questions, Todd, comes from a lot of folks. Where they're going to have work-friendly environments where you can actually use this stuff? I
mean, I think a lot in the business community, many people in that world are definitely wondering what this is going to look like going forward. It could be the case that if a shopkeeper or a restaurant owner, for example, chooses to have a marijuana-friendly environment, they could go that route. But issue 2 does say that employers have the right to say no to weed in the workplace. That can be done through drug testing, having a zero-tolerance policy, or firing a worker who violates a company's policy. This week, the head of a Senate committee that debated the merits of issue 2 talked about helping his family run a grocery up in Youngstown where safety is paramount.
So if somebody runs over one of my other employees with the tow motor, I want to know when that employee smoked weed. Was he smoking weed on his break? Did he smoke weed in the morning? Did his buddy from college come a month ago? Because those details matter.
Now, in addition to home grow and workplace issues, people also want to know when commercial sales of marijuana are going to start. If issue 2 is left alone, sales should begin next September, next fall, after a 9-month window giving the state's Commerce Department time to write rules for dispensaries. But it is possible that lawmakers could decide to let sales start in March at existing medical dispensaries. That's a possibility that we'll certainly be keeping a close eye on. Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
Todd, a lot of information to sift through. Thanks so much for doing the homework for us there. Developing tonight, a Kentucky woman who is 8 weeks pregnant has now filed a lawsuit challenging the state's near total ban on